For 70 years, our story has also been your story. Tonight, we take a look back, celebrating 70 years as Lubbock's first television station, KLBK.
Gosh, what an incredible milestone. Thanks so much for being with us tonight as we celebrate 7 decades of service. I'm Matt Still.
I'm Terry Furman. You can call it our platinum anniversary. We're so honored you've decided to commemorate this landmark with us, and we're even more proud to be Lubbock's very first television station.
So tonight we look back at our storied history from our early days here in South Lubbock to the changing of our iconic call letters.
We sit down with the family of our pioneering founder, Dub Rogers, and find out what inspired him to bring television to West Texas. We'll also hear from a beloved former employee and on-air personality who at 87 years old still remembers every bit of his time here at KLBK.
Definitely want to hear that. And if you're a history buff like us, you'll definitely enjoy seeing some of our archive footage and pictures that haven't been seen by the public in decades.
But tonight we begin with how we got to where we are now. And that requires us to take a memorable trip back to 1952.
Harry Truman is the outgoing president. Our troops are away at war yet again. But here at home, a fairly new invention is taking the country by storm, one living room at a time.
And here in Lubbock, Texas, it all started with one man's amazing dream. W.D. Rogers, better known as Dub.
Wanted the people to turn on their own television station. You gonna pull the switch. So I said, all of you want to get on that rope. The rope runs about 4 city blocks. And I said, then when I drop the flashlight, that'll be the time to pull the rope. The station went on.
Here is the early edition of News and Weather.
The first live broadcast hit the airwaves in Lubbock on November 13th of 1952, inside the tallest building, Lubbock National Bank. The video was grainy, black and white, but it made Rogers a pioneer.
Channel 13 here in Lubbock, which it was called KDUB then, and now KLBK. This was the first station in the world in the medium-sized market. I led the way.
Broadcasting a signal all the way to Monaghan, Sweetwater, Big Spring, and Clovis, making it the first West Texas television network. Rogers hired radio announcers because there wasn't such a thing as news anchors. They had one camera, everything was typed out on a typewriter, and still photos were put in the background to set the story. Between November of 1952 to March of 1953, Rogers put up an 852-foot antenna in the middle of a cotton field that back then was called 74th and College, now 74th and South University. Opening night, Mr. Rogers personally greeted every person who came to see the TV station. He explained how the signal traveled to a TV, saw the studios, the sets, the cameras, and were given a bird's eye view to those in attendance, showing them news, weather, and sports. KDUB was of the mindset that they served their community. They supported the KDUB Cubs Little League team, broadcast the first live church service, hosted many local and national talent with the many worthy causes at the time. The March of Dimes telethon, the polio telethon, and the Olds-a-thon.
The concrete pipe purchased by Dr. C.E. Payne for $1,050.
That hasn't changed throughout the years. KLBK is still out there with you, with our community, helping any way that we can. What has changed is everything else. The video quality, the color, how it is processed, and the different